Well, tonight, as part of our month-long Hometown 2031 project, we're heading to the Shoals. As we've been telling you, Dream Vision plans to build a $3.5 billion theme park situated on 1,400 acres of undisclosed land in the Shoals. Well, the company says the proposed theme park would highlight the Shoals' extensive list of recording hits. But there is some skepticism about that theme park project. And this story isn't about the future of Dream Vision Soundscape, but this story is about the Shoals' rich music history and how it sounds good for the future with or without the park. WAAY 31 Shoals reporter Brecken Terry shows us.
If you think the Shoals' heyday in music is over, well, you're wrong.
Fish did part of their last album here. We've had Modest Yahoo, we've had Band of Horses. Of course, we had Alicia Keys in.
Fame Studios president, producer, and engineer Rodney Hall says the future of music in the Shoals is upbeat.
Up-and-coming musicians, singers, songwriters that are headed in the right directions, and I think Muscle Shoals is going to be a movement for quite a while.
One of those talented musicians is Mobile native Holly Mosley, who's signed to Fame's recording label.
I've really developed my voice and learned how to sing in a studio.
Mosley says she records at Fame because it feels like home, and the opportunities she has to work with musical legends like Larry Byram and original Swamper Spooner Oldham.
Most recently, I got to do a session with John Paul White of the Civil Wars. I cut one of his and Gary Nichols songs, and that was probably my coolest session to date.
Hall says technology in music has changed since the days his Grammy Award-winning father and Fame Studios founder Rick Hall was cutting tracks of Percy Sledge and Etta James.
All the musicians had to get it right at the same time, and he had to get it right at the same time as an engineer. So it was much harder back then, because they would spend days on a song.
Hall says now they can cut songs and change things using Pro Tools. He says in the future he imagines more innovative technologies to help musicians will come along.
It's really changed in every way, from the way we make it to the way we distribute it to the way we sell it to the way we make money.
With new technologies, one band in the Shoals is keeping to traditions.
We chose to record to tape, and we did it as a band. And what that does is it means you have to listen to each other.
The local Saints is made up of 6 close-knit guys creating a sound that's unique.
We're happy to be from Muscle Shoals too. Actually, we're honored.
Deciding to cut a vinyl record.
Because of how we recorded, straight to tape, we thought, well, that's just such a natural connection to vinyl.
The local Saints producer and manager, Hallie Phillips, is no stranger to a studio, watching her grandfather, the legendary Sam Phillips, change history.
Well, it took a group of young, hip guys from Muscle Shoals to Memphis to my granddaddy's studio, and we recorded an all-analog record to 2-inch tape. We didn't have a computer in the control room. We didn't record to a click track. Everything was by feel.
Phillips says it's risky recording to vinyl, but it's a creative way to look at the future of music while taking notes from the past.
They really had to come together as a band.
Phillips says the future of music in the Shoals is connected to Memphis. She hopes the two cities will unite as they once did in years past.
This area deserves so much credit, as does Memphis. So I hope that, we're extremely successful. I feel like there's something special about this place. I feel like there's some real human connectivity, and I'd love to see a movement in the industry.
Either way you record, traditional or modern, one thing you can bet on is Shoals music will keep thriving. In Muscle Shoals, Brecken Terry, WAAY 31 First News.
And our Hometown Project 2031 continues tomorrow on First News Morning with a look at the future of Priceville. Then at 5, we'll talk to a student leader about his hopes for 2031. And at 10, we'll take a look at youth leadership in Lawrence County. You can check out all of our reports on hometown2031.com.